Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This is Apostle Rakar. I say all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. But anyways, I just wanted to throw this quick video up. You know what I mean? Today was a hectic day. I had a lot of things I had to take care of. So, at some point, through the Spirit of the Lord, you got to always make sure you do the work. Get them, get those videos in, man. But anyways, primarily, man, we at a point now where we're beyond, when it comes to Jake, man, all the way around, the 2/3 of Israel, hey, it depends on what spirit is on you at that moment. Sometimes, the spirit to have you get on Esau. Sometimes you might get on the other nations. Sometimes you might get on Jake. You know what I mean? But now today, yeah, man, the Spirit got me focused on the 2/3 of Israel. The 2/3 of Israel, like yesterday was what? Thanksgiving. So I know yesterday niggas was feasting and eating and doing their thing, right? Their so-called thing for one day, right? People travel from other countries. People travel from other states, right? Just to so-called for one day to go have some turkey and shit like that, right? Ain't nothing wrong with eating some turkey. I dare say, hey, shit, if somebody, look, Apostle Paul spoke on that. Yeah, like if you got some people, family members, and they say, hey, man, we having Thanksgiving dinner, and they invite you over, fuck it. Go get yourself a little free plate of food. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Or your mama or whoever. I mean, it's up to you, the individual brother. You know what I mean? You just be like, nah, fuck that, I ain't doing that, man. Whatever. But fuck that, the scripture of a feast, if somebody bids you to a feast, your mama or whoever the hell you want, I'm cooking for Thanksgiving. Whoever, shit, you could go. You ain't going off if you go to get you a plate of food or whatever. Have a couple of drinks, and you ain't sinning because you ain't, you just going to eat. Remember, Apostle Paul spoke on that. The food might have been sacrificed to some god. You pray over the food, you don't worry about that. You pray over your food and you eat. You understand? But the point is, Jake is totally out there. Jake is totally gone. The wickedness of Israel has far exceeded, the scripture said that. My people deeds oversee the deeds of the wicked. Because Jake is into, like, I look on YouTube, and that's another thing I'm going into. I be watching those videos. Like, you just watch those body cam videos. I love them. I'm addicted to them. I could sit there all day watching those videos. And the main people that's being arrested and causing problems in society and public is so-called black women. But then that shows you why, as a whole, Jake is totally out of order, because Jake is being raised by these so-called black women. You see, for the past years now, right? So that's why these Jakes out here are emotional. That's why there's so much killing. That's why there's so much death, right? That's why these so-called men, you see grown-ass men, but they have the impulse control of a 5-year-old child. You know what I mean? Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, right? Jake is all fucked up in their head. But it started with their mama, because you got to think about it. We got decades of Jakes being raised, these young men being raised without no fathers. They're being raised by some menstrual hyena black woman with nothing but the spirit of Satan on them. And this is why we got these dudes, these Jakes, grown men, walking around being, moles, being sodomites, being lesbians, because they all messed up in their head because they don't have the right guidance. That's why I brought up the scripture, Hosea 4:6. But like I said, going back to what I said, you go on YouTube and you watch police body cam videos, and guess what? It was Jake that rallied for that. BLM to be exact. Right? They were like, oh, because after the George Floyd thing and these different incidents, because prior to that, the cops didn't wear cameras on them. So they said, no, we want the police to wear cameras, man, because they be killing us. They killing black people. They killing black people for no reason. They're just killing black people, beating black people up. Right? So BLM, they rallied for that. That all the police had to wear the body cameras. And they don't realize they shot their own self in the foot. Because now when you go on them body, you watch the videos and they put them on YouTube. You see who the real problem is, man. These fucking niggas, they're the real problem. These black women are totally out of control. They're totally unhinged. And you know what? It's to a point now where the black fatigue thing, I can get it. I dig it. But we, us, the brothers in this truth, as long as we've been had black fatigue. We've been telling y'all that these niggas are nothing but monkeys and gorillas. They are. And we'll say it. It's the truth, man. These niggas, especially the black woman. These black women, hey, man, that's why, man, you know what? Fuck that. Like, that's another thing, too. I'm going to bring out the scripture again. What? Jeremiah 2:21. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? The Lord said, I made thee noble, holy, a right seed. When the Most High brought forth the nation of Israel, we were brought forth to be a holy, precious, pure nation. But why? Because we broke the laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That's why the Lord brought us down to a base reprobate level. You see? You see what I mean? I mean, come on, man. Jake, the curses is on Jake. And that's, once again, Deuteronomy 28:15. I keep bringing that scripture out. Right? Because Jake broke the laws. And then, like the scriptures say, man, what is it? I believe it's in Isaiah. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know. My people doeth not consider. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity. So Israel always been wicked. That's even before we got over here into America, into the Western Hemisphere. Back in the ancient world, we were still over in the Middle East, and we were still in our land. We was always going up. We was coming out of Egypt, going into the promised land. Jake back then that's why Moses, the Lord set up Moses through the grace of Yahweh shot a power to to destroy them niggas in the wilderness. And you always gonna have wicked upstart leaders that's gonna lead Jake down the path of destruction. Just like at Mount Sinai, right? Dayton, Corey, and Abiram. You see what I mean? Them wicked niggas. Moses went up into the Mount Sinai to collect the laws from the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And them niggas are still, well, Moses dead. He up there, he ain't coming back. He let us out here to die. And them wicked niggas rose up, and then that's going to show you, them niggas still had the golden calf in their mind, in their heart. Right? They gathered the jewelry and the gold, and then they forced Aaron to melt it down and erect a golden calf, which went back to Egypt. And them niggas was worshiping the golden calf and partying. Who knows? Sodomite shit was probably going on. That's why when Moses came back down, they said the earth opened up and swallowed them niggas, man. You see what I'm saying? Hey, well, I mean, that was in the movie. We don't know if Moses really said that. And even in that movie, that bullshit movie, The Ten Commandments, Charlton Heston. But you know what? That's something that Moses probably would have said. And he had the tab, he said, if you will not live by the law, then you will die by the law. In the movie, Charlton Heston playing Moses said that, but you know what? That's a true statement, though. Who knows? Maybe Moses might have said that. We don't know. That's something that, but I mean, that is something that kind of goes back to the scriptures. That's something that maybe Moses might have said. Because it's true. Amos 9:10. All the sinners, what is sin? Sin is transgression of the law. Who were given the laws? The Israelites back there in Mount Sinai through way of Moses. At that time, the Lord had Moses set up as the mediator. Yahweh Shai was the ultimate mediator, but at that time, Yahweh was using, Yahweh Shai was using Moses as the mediator to deal with Israel at that point in history. You see, Amos 9:10. I already broke down to you what sin is. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. So that's what them niggas did. Moses went up there to get the laws. See, the law was always there, but it was more verbal. But this time it was actually committed to writing, to stone. It was solidified. But really Adam and Eve, even prior to that, the law, because Abraham, did Abraham keep the law? Yes. The law was like from the time of Adam, the Most High gave man the laws, but it was more of a passed down thing. It was verbal. It was already, Jake already knew what it was. But the laws were there. They were always there. But when the Lord set it up in writing, it was articulated and in fine print, and everybody knew the intricacies of everything. Overall, men knew the Lord. Come on, man, because Abraham was keeping the laws. Abraham wasn't committing adultery and doing wicked shit. Lot, all right? Noah. That's why the Lord destroyed the earth during the time of the flood, because niggas was not keeping the law. So the laws, it was verbal. It was passed on from your father down to you and your parents, and but the chosen line of Adam had the laws. Was the law there? Yeah, the law was always there. Because remember, back when we read Genesis, Adam, the Most High told Adam to name the animals and the things you could eat, the things you couldn't eat. So Adam had the law. Adam went up because he broke the laws. Adam and Eve broke the laws. That's why they were cast out the garden. You understand? So Israel, the chosen line of Adam, which became known as the Israelites, had the law, but during the time of Moses, it was committed to writing and solidified. You see? So today, this is why I brought out the scripture, Amos 9 and 10. This is why 2/3 of Israel, Zechariah 13 and 8, going to be put to death for not keeping the laws. It is true, like Charlton Heston said in the movie, if you will not live by the law, then you will die by the law. You're going to die for not keeping the law. Because the law was given primarily to Israel. But in the kingdom, when our kingdom is set up, all nations going to keep the law. Esau, before he's exterminated, when we got Esau in captivity and the other nations, they're going to be keeping the law. You think Israel, we're just going to be in our rulership, and then we're just going to let them know, man, that's what the slavery is about. They're going to be beaten into subjection, man. You understand? And we're upon that time now. But with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Lord willing, I will definitely be back with some more videos today. I just wanted to get this one going. I got to get ready to get on the road right now myself. And I say shalom to all you brothers that are hopeful elect. I pray that the video was edifying. And I say shalom. Till later.